Yeah. We back at it. Free Play Radio. It's your boy Skino. That was my guy, Pussy, with Standing on Business, featuring Journey Be the Reason and XO. But we got a super duper special guest today, a super talented artist coming out of the Bay Area. I've been had the privilege to see this young lady perform quite a few times, and I'm just proud to see the evolution and the growth. Frisco baby, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great, to be honest.
You feeling good. Okay, for sure. Sorry about that.
No, you're-
But for the people that may be unfamiliar, where are you from and what brought you to music?
So I was born in San Francisco. I was raised in Daly City and the city. Most of my classes that I took as far as music, I started when I was 8 in the Mission Cultural Center on 25th and Mission. And from there, I was in an Afro-Brazilian group. So I grew up playing more instruments. Like I would play piano, drums, congas, percussion. So I was more on like instruments, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then when I was like 16, I started writing. I didn't take it so serious. And then I want to say maybe like when COVID started, I left to Pomona. I was out there for like 3 months. And since I didn't really know anybody, like there was a lot of stuff that was just weighing heavy out here. So I'm like, I just need to get away. And I tell people, you know, I feel like you need to do that because that's what helped me find myself. Like all that alone time, I started writing more. My sister was like, you got to keep going, you know, like, and she was the one who saw the vision before anybody in my life. Like, so from there, yeah, like I just kept on writing. And then the last 2 years I've took it serious and I've seen like a lot of growth, you know what I mean? But when being born in the city, raised in Daly City and the city, I say Frisco baby because that's where all my music talent came from. Everything I picked up from music was in the city. Like,
Right. Okay. So what would you say you grew up listening to for the most part?
mostly like Andre Nicotina, Bone Thugs, Tech Nine. More like bass stuff, you know. Once I started listening to Tech Nine, I kind of got into more underground artists like C Mob, King ISO, like a bunch of artists like that. And I feel like that expanded like what I like to listen to
Gotcha.
and why I'm versatile. You know what I mean? Like it's bigger than the Bay Area. I feel like music is universal at the end of the day. So yeah.
Okay. So as far as like, you know, the impact on you creatively, who would you say impacted you the most?
Tech Nine.
Tech Nine?
For sure,
Okay. And then would that be, you had anybody like personally that maybe had an influence on you?
I'd probably say Young and Flow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's another artist?
Yeah, he's also an engineer, producer, artist from the Shop Studios, where I engineer as well.
Okay.
He definitely helped break me out of my comfort zone when it came to rapping. And, you know, like, he's like, why don't you try melodic? Why don't you try melodies? You know, and he helped me step out of that box where he was like, you know, you could try more stuff. Like, you could rap. You got that down. Let's try some new stuff, you know? So I feel like I appreciate him so much for that because it opened a lot of new doors for me and a lot of new connections for me.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's dope. And I feel like I was saying when I was introducing you, that I've seen you perform quite a few times, and you know, it's just dope to see like, you know, the growth, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, your stage presence, and then, you know, also like just the song selection that you decide to perform, you know,
Yeah.
like a lot of that goes into the growth. So
Yeah.
what would you say inspires the growth the most though? Like what made you be like, you know, like I understand it's like it's not like much, you born and raised here and like you need something different, but what really is like your driving force and your motivation to just pursue yourself?
Honestly, I think helping people find themselves. Because when they see me do what I do, and also a lot of people that have watched the growth, like I've had artists tell me that it inspires them to try something new, inspires them to have these connections and everything. And I'm just so big for that because I feel like in the Bay, like, it's kind of harder for us to push ourselves, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm so big on like inspiration. Like I want to be able to do that. Like especially just because what I soaked in from Tech Nine and how much it inspired me. I'm like, I want to do that for people, you know? Like I want somebody to listen to my music and it inspires them to like, even if it's not music and something in life that they're just doubtful about because of the people around them, like just go for it. Like
Yeah.
fuck what anybody got to say, you know what I mean? That's like my biggest drive. Like,
Okay, for sure. You got a record you put out recently. It's called False Prophet.
yeah.
How did that record come about?
So I would actually, it's hella funny because Will Gennaro, shout out the Shop Studios, he's the owner. I used to go book sessions there, you know, and the more I was coming around, like they noticed like she's a lab rat, like like literally last March, I told them like, I kind of want to get into engineering. So I started kind of shadowing sessions and just seeing what they do, like visually learning, like, so then at some point when no one was there at night, like I would go by myself and try engineering myself. And then I finally recorded False Prophet myself. That was the first song I ever engineered by myself. And I was like, bro, like I was so geeked because I'd be shy to do ad-libs in front of people. So the fact that I could be myself like 100%, recording myself, I was like, this is dope. And I took it to Will and I told him like, what do you think? And he was like, you're ready to engineer, like, and from there, like, it was just, I feel like I love recording myself. Like, I also love doing sessions with people, but False Prophet, I feel like it means so much to me because it was the first song that I was able to do by myself, and Will mastered it.
Okay, so. For sure. So for the people listening, where can they follow you on social media, and where can they find your music?
_Frisco Baby on Instagram, and I only have False Prophet out on all platforms right now, but I have some projects that are about to roll out, so yeah, you just got to stay tuned for that.
For sure. Well, let's get it. Frisco Baby, False Prophet. It's your boy Skino. This is Free Play Radio. Let's get it.
I don't wanna be a false prophet. I just wanna be on my boss shit. Find ways to collect more profit. Find ways to deduct the nonsense. I don't wanna be a false prophet. I just wanna be on my boss shit. Find ways to collect more profit. Find ways to deduct the nonsense. They've been trying to find me, moved out the way. They wanted to guide me into the flames. Yes, it made me laugh cause they know I'm saved. Yes, it made me sad cause I know they blame everyone around them but themselves. Popping pills instead of getting help. And expected me to stick around so I could say that I felt all the times it was down. And if not, be myself. Man, the way that I've been working really showed them got a purpose. And I juggle all my issues with a smile like it's a circus. Meanwhile, they really perking, capping how they gotta break them for real. I'ma have to turn into a surgeon and remove all the bullshit coming out their mouth. Put it more real till they so hope they figure out that they crowd too loud. And I see they allow bullshit tendencies right through ultrasound. I really be seeing through y'all like a motherfucking ultrasound. This shit is crazy. You could be anything you want in this world, but you gotta be real with yourself. I don't wanna be a false prophet. I just wanna be on my boss shit. Find ways to collect more profit. Find ways to deduct the nonsense. I don't wanna be a false prophet. I just wanna be on my boss shit. Find ways to collect more profit. Find ways to deduct the nonsense. Can't settle down with winds all around. I keep them blown away like winds all around. Like braids only loud popped up from the ground. I've been moving with the pressure when a few stuck on doubt. I can't be stuck. Can't give three fucks. Cause I've been on the road alone. Cause they bugging to pick up the phone. Cause I dream from to find my zone. Cause they running to an easy hold up bone. Like wait, hold up, check how you spending time. These weights throw up wrecks when you feeling fine. Ask me how I keep on, I just do it. Seeing how to leap on, gonna ruin. Look at how my feet on, Frisco ruins. And I'm never minding what they doing. Focused on self. I never wanna ask for help. Same way you been talking, you got dropped when it fell off deep into a pit. Seeing how the shit could've gone different, but you wanted to be lit. Now it costs you interest. Choose to work over a bitch. Till I met her out of Frisco, going crazy with the shit. Yes, I've been going crazy. I'm gonna be a legacy. Yes, I've been going crazy. I'm gonna be a legacy. Yes, I've been going crazy. I'm gonna be a legacy. Yes, I've been. Bitch, I'ma be a legacy. I don't wanna be a false prophet. I just wanna be on my boss shit. Find ways to collect more profit. Find ways to deduct the nonsense. I don't wanna be a false prophet. I just wanna be on my boss shit. Find ways to collect more profit. Find ways to deduct the nonsense. Running to them checks. Life too abundant, I know what blessing coming next. Running from the wrecks. 4 blunts, 1 drink, 5 beats, what's next? Running to them checks. Life too abundant, I know what blessing coming next. Running from the wrecks. 4 blunts, 1 drink, 5 beats, what's next? Picturing my future through my mental, nothing digital. Flickering emotions through my music, something pivotal. Mixing disappointments when my talent makes it minimal. Till 1, 2, 3 times you cannot duplicate originals. I've been putting in that work. Swear the more time passing by, more people seeing my work. Tell my mama have some faith, have some trust, it's gonna work. I dug and found found my heart of gold while digging out the dirt. Gold hearted, gold minded when you raised up out the skull. Hoes parted, rewind it back to 04. Use the brush as a mic to my sis. It's a sign, found my passion revealing off every speaker in my ride. Everybody want the dough, but can't bake it in the mo. Everybody wants some mo, can't explain the reason for. I walked into the music, no one showed me to the dope. Smash it with my high beam so I see a brighter road. Running and running and running, running to them checks. Life too abundant, I know what blessing coming next. Running and running and running, running from the wrecks. 4 blunts, 1 drink, 5 beats, what's next? Running and running and running, running to them checks. Life too abundant, I know what blessing coming next. Running and running and running, running from the wrecks. 4 blunts, 1 drink, 5 beats,
we
what's
tryna
next?
overcome the poverty, it's more than just a check. Why these niggas say they proud of me, but hoping that we wreck. The same people that doubted me be saying that we next. FNG top 5, we not worried about no list. Foot up on the gas, ayy, like don't freeze up. I'm in my bag, girl, they can't keep up. You know I'm moving fast, ayy, but tell them speed that shit up. Was in the field, no grass, on my cleats getting scuffed, ayy, ayy. Make my chick go crazy, I'm with Audi cooking up some shit with Frisco, baby, this for the city. All that weed shit, them niggas dropping hella chimney. If they ain't getting no bread or no fetty, then I'm busy. She want a date, though, ayy, you don't even know my name, though, yeah. I fuck with you, but can't save hoes. We run up checks, been getting banked. Rose, ayy.
Running and running and running, running to them checks. Life too abundant, I know what blessing coming next. Running and running and running, running from the wrecks. 4 blunts, 1 drink, 5 beats, what's next? Running and running and running, running to them checks. Life too abundant, I know what blessing coming next. Running and running and running, running from the wrecks. 4 blunts, 1 drink, 5 beats, what's next? What's next?
Yeah. We back at it. Free Play Radio. That was Running from Frisco Baby featuring Surge 2 Times. Produced by Adiemi. Adiemi, bro, you one of the coldest producers in the Bay, man. Keep doing your thing.
For real.
That one is one of them joints. Frisco Baby, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
What would you say is the most challenging part of being an artist?
Honestly, I feel 100% letting go of doubt and fear. To be honest, that's one thing. I have a lot of people that ask me, like, how do you do shows and you don't feel anxiety? I feel anxiety every time, you know what I mean? But once you're up there and you got those eyes on you and your moment to share your story, your life, or whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like I said, to inspire people, it takes all that away. It definitely beats the fear, it beats the doubt, and that's the reminder every time. Like, if I don't do shows, I start to overthink, like, oh my God, am I doing something wrong? Like, you know, and then the minute I do a show, I remember, like, nah, like, this is the path, you know what I mean? It's a part of the journey. Like, you just got to keep going.
Yeah, and I feel like one thing, like, I'm not an artist per se, but I feel like even just having anxiety, like, with public speaking and things like that, it's like you just kind of have to run towards it and not necessarily run from it. And I feel like with artists, I'm an art creative at heart, so it's like I feel like sometimes we run away from that feeling, rather than trying to overcome it.
Right.
You know.
I feel like most of it is just being yourself. You have to be yourself. You know what I mean?
As
like,
cliche as it sounds, it's really like the truth.
Yeah.
You know, just being yourself and being comfortable in your own skin. You know.
Yeah.
That is very, very important. So, I just feel like you are a great representation of, you know, not just the Bay Area, but San Francisco, the San Francisco region. So for you, what was it like growing up? You know, because I feel like Frisco Baby is not just your name, it's a statement.
Yeah.
You know, so what was it like for you?
I want to say it was interesting, you know what I mean? Like, growing up and seeing a lot of change, like, from gentrification and stuff, but wanting to keep Frisco alive, the diversity alive. Like, I remember, like, you know, being at protests and stuff, like, for the No More Evictions, and it was so shocking to me at a young age to be seeing things like this. Like, so I feel like, in a sense, carrying the name Frisco Baby, like, although I said, like, music is universal and stuff, I want to keep that diversity alive, like the love of Frisco, the independent hustle of Frisco alive. You know what I mean? A lot of artists from the city that came up, it was independent hustle. They didn't really have nobody to give them handouts and everything, and I feel that's something that inspires me so much, is that even if you don't have the connections, you could still do what you want to do, and if God is willing, it's just going to come to you when it should. You know?
For sure, definitely. Another record I want to get into, Rap Cats from Dregs One and Spice One, featuring Frisco Baby. Let's get it. Free Play Radio.
Right, the remix.
Baby, let's go. I used to fill hella pages in my notebook, freestyling on the bus with some known crooks. House parties off the hook like the phone book. Battle any MC, leave them all shook. My crew caught wrecked like demolition. No competition, tunnel vision to clock digits. Slinging CDs like crack rock. Never leave the spot till it's time to recop. Sneaking in the clubs with no ID. I would have done anything to live out my dream. Rock shows from LA out to NYC. Rep the Bay the whole way like E40. Light skinned player looking like Ice-T, but hella Frisco'd out like IMP. A lot of rappers quit, but I stick to the script. Now my bills get paid when the mic gets ripped. Rap cats.
Real rap cat in the flesh. Just an addict addicted to music. Real rap cat in the flesh. Just an addict addicted to music.
When I was cooling on the corner with the cellular phone, before a nigga was famous, before a nigga was known, I had a strap on the side, I was 187 proofing it. Me and Tupac and Big Sack recorded, I'm losing it. Jella still got a nigga strapped. It was welcome to the ghetto, can't turn back. Minutes in society soundtrack. Spitting tales from the hood, dressed in all black. Hella bad bitches sipping on cognac. With my thug ray vision, I see that ass fat. Look at the OG, that nigga so cool. In my old school, eating soul food.
Real rap cat in the flesh. Just an addict addicted to music. Real rap cat in the flesh. Just an addict addicted to music.
Pops told me when I was born, the nurse said I would be the one. I used to question my thoughts until I started banging drums. Expressing what got me stressing through my music became one way to spread a little light through bars and beats and rhymes for fun. Keep it a buck. I chose to dip cause things were pretty hot. I pulled up down on my sisters, her my brother got popped. At this point, I didn't know balance, cause only thing I came around was people moving too savage, smoking joints. I rode in my palace. I'm talking about my Nissan, hearing the first meaning my talent. Hey yo, it worked for me, cada quien tiene camino. But these lines ain't free como la coca de tu primo. So instead of reacting, came up on beats for relaxing. And then instead of subtracting, I added wisdom with actions. I'm riding the roller coaster, never doubting I got faith. This rap cat's way the shoulders out the skull to shake the game.
Real rap cat in the flesh.
Just an addict addicted to music.
Real rap cat in the flesh.
Just an addict addicted to music.
Yeah, we back at it. Free Play Radio. That was the Rap Cats remix from Dregs 1, Spice 1, and Frisco Baby. How did that record come about?
So Dregs actually did the Rap Cats challenge. He put it up on Instagram, and basically like they put the beat up and they said like anybody could do a verse, you know, and whoever won was gonna win the verse for the remix. And I remember I saw some people doing them, and I was just like, you know what, I'm a big believer in manifestation, and I believe I manifested that because the minute I saw it, I started looking in the mirror like, I'm gonna win it, I'm gonna win it. I kept saying it every day. And it was funny that the morning that they chose me, like I had just woke up and then I looked on Instagram and then I just saw Dregs and it said Rap Cats remix winner Frisco Baby. I started screaming hella loud. I'm like, what? I got a song with Spice One. Like that shit was so crazy. Like, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm a big believer in manifestation. So I feel like I speak a lot into existence when it comes to like what I do.
Right. No, that's dope. And I feel like the last time I seen you perform was at our Spread the Wealth event at Neck of the Woods, and you performed a record, and you were kind of going back and forth from English to Spanish. Yeah. So how important is it for you to represent your culture in hip hop?
It means a lot. I'm not gonna lie. It started really hitting me, I want to say November. I went to Miami with my mom, and again, like I told myself, like even though it was like a little vacation with my mom, I wanted to do something with music. So I had hit up Young and Flow, and he connected me with Javi Dade, and I didn't realize that one of the producers that I met out there was someone that I already had connections with through Instagram, you know what I mean? So I hit him up like, hey, we should link. I linked up with Javi, and we're all Nicaragüense, you know what I mean? So that's when Javi started telling me, you know, like, you should put on a lot for Nicaragua, you know, like, there's not a lot of Nicaraguense artists and stuff. And I'm like, that's true. So from there, I started trying out more Spanish, you know, because I feel like it's a little more difficult to write in Spanish than it is in English, but it's not impossible, you know, so that, like, I love it because I did one Frisco Baby Friday, and it was in pure Spanish, like Nicaraguense slang and everything. And that one had got like 500 something likes, and I was like, yo, like I got like hella love from like Nicaraguense pages on Instagram, like other Nicaraguense artists, and they were just showing like mad love. So I was like, I can't like act like I'm not Nicaraguense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I gotta try to put Nicaragua on the map as well. So I feel like that's something important to me.
Okay, for sure. No, that's dope. And I feel like, you know, don't box yourself in, and like
Yeah.
you say, like just being your authentic self
Yeah.
is gonna get you further.
Yep.
Where do you see yourself a year from now?
A year from now, definitely a lot more visuals, bigger shows for sure, traveling, doing shows. Yeah.
What's the next place you're trying to travel to?
I'm actually supposed to go to New York on the 23rd with FNG, and I'm supposed to perform with them on the 25th.
Okay.
So I'm excited about that. Like, I had just got flown out by NorCal Next Up to do a show in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
That it was a Mormon state, so that was definitely different. But
Yeah.
they love the music, so I was like, man, definitely got to go back over there. But New York for sure, and I'm hoping for Miami and Texas this year too.
Okay, for sure. What would be your dream collaboration?
Tech Nine.
Tech Nine?
Yeah, Tech Nine. I gotta say Tech Nine and J. Cole.
Okay.
For sure.
No, I'm fucking with that already.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, I just want to thank you for pulling up, you know, and giving me your spiel.
Of course.
You always welcome to the platform. You got any shout outs, anything you want to get into?
Shout out the Shop Studios and Will Gennaro, Young and Flow for sure. Like, that is family. Everybody from the Shop Studios is family for real. Like, if it wasn't for that place, I wouldn't have that second home. You know what I mean? I could go in there and meet artists, work by myself. You know what I mean? Like, that's really home, you know? So, yeah.
Okay, for sure. Well, you got another record I want to get into. I don't want to mispronounce it.
Bacanal.
Bacanal. How did that record come about?
It was funny. It was actually for one of my Frisco Baby Fridays, and shout out DTB too. He's a really big producer, and he was in the room that I do my Frisco Baby Fridays in, and I was actually writing some boom bap for that Frisco Baby Friday, and then I'm like, damn, like all the rooms were booked, so I'm like, I asked him, and he's like, yeah, I could just tell my boys we'll go into the booth while you record. So I'm like, I can't go in there doing boom bap. Like, he's a dope ass producer. So I started looking up for a beat like the one I did for Bacanal, like them bow beats. And I was like, I gotta go crazy. Like, and I didn't even end up doing my Frisco Baby Friday at the studio that day. I did it at home. But then I was like, I gotta turn this into a whole song because it goes crazy. And from there, like, I threw in the second verse. And yeah, like every time I perform it, a lot of people like really, really like that one. So I'm like, I gotta drop that one for sure.
Nah,
like,
I fuck with this. You got a release date for this?
I'm shooting for mid-April.
Okay.
For sure, mid-April.
For sure. Well, again, Frisco Baby, thank you for pulling up. Bacanal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing
you're
it.
good.
But yeah, Bacanal, coming soon. Free Play Radio, it's your boy Skino. This is an exclusive.
Hablándole a Dios, contándole de mi deseo. Traigo un talento que lo dejan bien coqueto. Pongan atención porque mi rima mueve cuello. Me vale cuando me dicen enseña poco cuerpo. Sonica 505, sigan no respeto. Mucho en mi DM que me quieren dar un beso. La mera autoscore, no hay un secreto. Mi pasado pa'l carajo ya se lo llevó el viento. See me moving fast, now they yes like wait up. Move low key, watching my radar. Fake on faker. Love to approach when the real get paper. See me moving fast, now they yes like wait up. Move low key, watching my radar. Fake on faker. Love to approach when the real get paper. Todos quieren bacanal, pero nadie trae gas. Ni le pongo atención si no trae head stash. Come first, no smash, convert then fast. In my sound to get around without a try, they moving last out the way. Roll up a J, felt so baked, double up that cake. Call that play, hut 2 okay. Con la corona ya se nota que a mi lado tengo rey. Por favor no se acerque sin reales. No importa si la situación es grave. Flor de caña al jarabe si tú sabes. Le cavaba si digo te veo, dale. See me moving fast, now they ass like wait up. Move low key, watching my radar. Fake on faker. Love to approach when the real get paper. See me moving fast, now they ass like wait up. Move low key, watching my radar. Fake on faker. Love to approach when the real get paper. No tolero babosadas de nadie. Hey, Frisco. Born to be some bigger than what the fuck they see on the net. Born to be a winner. Give a fuck if they talking to break. Born to be the trigger that you pull when life like bet. Born to be the one who breaks off loved ones when them checks come. Born to be some bigger than what the fuck they see on the net. Born to be a winner. give a fuck if they talking to wreck. Born to be the trigger that you pull in life like bet. Born to be the one who breaks off loved ones when them checks come. Tired of people who coming with nothing but patiently waiting for handouts. Up and revealing my talent from rhyming, they taking the seat while I stand out. Wish I could say that I'm still rocking with the same people when I chose the rap route. Fortunately that was temporary, cause I'm looking at me and I'm back now. Done picking up all the pieces, they leeching, it's obvious. Won't pretend I'm beastin', but close to my fans in the audience. I detect the reflex when I'm speaking truth. My respect gon' reflect what you teach the youth. Got your engineers in your ear, telling you hop out the boot, jump into a boost, go straight to the loose, that's inside of you. If I in the mood, instead of break a neck, go break me a check, come back, show love and do it all again. Bounce back, blow blunt, bitch, you gon' be on 10, count down 10, guarantee you gon' see the end. Bars out of gold, this heaven sent, cars on the road, LA is next. Hopping on flows, knowing it's meant to. Blast off and take off her steezy. It's still fuck 12 and fuck PD. My gift of rhymes, they got meaning. Brick walls of usually I'm leaning. Open the Quran and jot some teachings. Born to be some bigger than what the fuck they see on the net. Born to be a winner. Give a fuck if they talking to break. Born to be the trigger that you pull in life like bet. Born to be the one who breaks off loved ones when them checks come. Born to be some bigger than what the fuck they see on the net. Born to be a winner. Give a fuck if they talking